everybody. We are here to work on the templates for the third weekend in October quilt that Free Spirit has put together using all sorts of cape fabrics and shot cottons. Today, we're going to work on reverse templates. We're going to start off with the easiest ones, least number of pieces, and then we'll do a second video that has some of the more complicated reverse templates. But the first one we're going to tackle only has 2 pieces, and it is the side foundation, and this is going to be the reverse template technique that we're showing you, and it is block B3 in our grid. So if we go over to our grid, and we have our template, and we have it so we can read everything, it's not possible to make the template look like what's in the graph. You have to turn the template over in order to make the angles all match what's over there. And so that's where the reverse component of this comes in. You have to flip the template over. The fabrics are going to go on this side, the back technically of the template, and you'll be sewing on the front. Excuse me. I actually put notes to myself so that you would be sewing on this side, and I put the fabric names on the side that is the side I'm going to place them on. So you have your 2 pieces. You're going to cut pieces of fabric that will sufficiently cover your area, and you're going to take piece 1, which is this orchid aboriginal dot, and put it over its piece on the back of the template, right sides together with piece number 2, and then you're going to flip it over, and like you made a note to yourself already, you're going to sew on the front side. You're going to sew on the dashed line, then flip it over and press, and you will get this. And all you have to do now is trim around the perimeter on the solid line. And if we take our final piece back and go look at B3, you can see the template looks like what's in the picture. Now, my very astute camera person pointed out to me that if you look at these blocks, there's a point there, this leaf point, and on the template there's not. Well, when you sew your 1/4 inch seam allowance, when you're joining this piece to the one below it, you will then get your point because your seam allowance will be here and here, and so you'll have your perfect point of your leaf once you start putting the blocks together. All right, so now we're going to move on to narrow point foundation, and this is block number M28. Just as a side note, the reverse templates are a small fraction of the templates that you'll be making. So if this is overwhelming for you, the idea of the reverse templates, it's the same idea as all the other templates. All that's different is you are putting the fabrics on the back and sewing on the front. The other templates, you are putting the fabrics on the front and sewing on the back. That's really the only difference. Everything else is the same. So for M28, we have this pointy piece, and this is the back of the template. If you were to try and make the template using the front side look like that, you couldn't, you couldn't accomplish it. You couldn't get this big piece on top and the smaller piece on bottom. That's why you have to flip it over and then turn it until it looks just like that piece, with the arrow pointing up to about 2 o'clock, and then the smaller piece here and the bigger piece here. Then we're going to go back over here, and just like before, you're going to cut pieces that are going to cover the area that you want to have fabric on. So piece number 1 and piece number 2 are going to be our first fabrics we put on this template. And so we would lay bloom shot cotton down in piece number 1, then put the coleus dark fabric on top, right sides together, and then you're going to flip it over, and just like the previous template, sew on this side so you can make a note to yourself when you're writing all the fabrics on there to kind of give you a prompt the first few times you do this, so that you're sewing on the right side and putting the fabric on the correct side. So you sew on the dashed line, press it open, and then you'll end up with that, and you just have to add piece 3. So again, you're going to do right sides together, flip it over, sew on the dashed line, press it open, and then trim. And we're going to take this over to kind of make this point hit home that block number M28, this now looks just like it does on the chart. Got the big piece here, the point of the leaf here, and then this AJ, which is lotus leaf, on the right side. All right, last reverse one for this video. Again, only 3 pieces. This is a tri-side foundation, and this is block J26. So we're going to go over to our chart. We go to J26, and here, this is just the template, the way it's printed. And if you look at this, there's no way to get the angles the way you need them with the template right side up. You have to flip the template over, and then just like all the other ones, I recommend you put either the fabric letters or the name on your template. You can even write reverse on there to help you remember that you're doing it differently. But this sew on this side, I feel like is a really great tip to help you do the right thing when you get to the sewing machine. All right, so we're gonna go back over here, and we're gonna cut our pieces so that they more than cover our targeted areas. And again, we're just gonna take piece number 1 and put that on our template, which is at the back of the template. We're doing a reverse. Put piece number 2 on there, flip it over, and sew on the dashed line. These little scraps are after you would trim. So you would use either a ruler or the add a quarter ruler and trim so that you have a 1/4 inch seam allowance, 1/4 inch from that line you just sewed. And then you're gonna press that open. Oops, this goes this way. And then you're gonna add your piece number 3. You're gonna put it right sides together with the 2 you have on there, flip it over, sew on the dotted line, open it up, and press. And then trim around the perimeter of the block on that solid line that you see around every single one of the templates. So we're gonna go back over to the chart and look at J26, which is right here. And if you look, the fabrics are arranged exactly how you need them to appear in the chart. You need this galvanized here, I think that's lotus leaf, and the purple guinea flower. So that's how you do reverse templates. If you have any questions about reverse templates, please include them in our Facebook group, and either myself or one of the other Free Spirit people will see those questions and we will answer them as quickly as we can. All right, well, thank you and see you next time.